Hey everyone, I'm Melanie from Streamlined Legal, where we help law firms get the most out of their practice management software. So I get a lot of people that send me emails or write me questions on social media that are saying that they need help with their forms and grow. And a lot of people are complaining that they're broken or they don't work right. And it's interesting because I see the same thing happening over and over. And I want to teach you how you can fix your forms to make sure they're working the way that you expect. So let's dive into Clio and I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. In my Clio Grow account, I've come here to the Forms section and I'm clicking on Templates here. And I'm going to go take a look at this family law intake form, right? And if I click on Edit, I can see the different sections that we have and the different questions that we have. This one's a very short form. It only has 2 questions. But what I'm looking at is I'm looking at this date of marriage. And when I talk to people, a lot of times they're frustrated because they say, well, the date of marriage, when it gets filled in this form, should push over into my Clio Manage account so that when I get into Clio Manage, it has the date of marriage right there. But I'm here to tell you that that's not automatic, right? And even frankly, when Clio creates the forms, they don't necessarily set up that functionality and when they create the Grow forms for you. So if you hire Clio to make them, or maybe if you have someone on your team make them, they may not be connected to the way that they may not be set up the way they need to in order to connect to your Clio Manage account. So let's look at how that works. So in my question, I've got what is your date of marriage? And I click on Edit here, and I see that there are some question settings. And so what happens is I want to click on those question settings, and it gives me the option to connect that question to a custom field, okay? And that's what's going to push over from Grow into Manage. It's not the answer in the form question that's going to push over. It's the custom field that gets completed when they fill out the question, right? So now if I say connect this to a custom field, keep in mind, it's either going to be a contact custom field or a matter custom field. In this case, I want a matter custom field, and I want to find my custom field that says date of marriage, right? Because that's what I'm trying to connect here. And so I find my date of marriage, and I click on it, and I say save the settings. And now what you'll see is this little gray bubble has popped up that tells me that there's a custom field connected to this question, right? So what'll happen now is when somebody, of course I need to save my question, don't forget that. But now when somebody fills out this question, the answer is going to be placed in the form, and that answer is going to be placed in the custom field. And that custom field is what's going to transfer over into Clio Manage, assuming that they hire us and we push this matter from Grow to Manage. So if your form is not working the way that you expect or the way that you'd like, please go in and take a look at that form, go into the Edits field, and take a look at your questions and see if they have a little bubble here that says custom field connected. And you'll see when you hover over it, in fact, that it tells me what custom field it's connected to, right? So that's the easiest way to be able to find that information later on down the road, right? Now, if you haven't seen it already, please do take a look at our video that talks about the best practices for custom fields, because remember, you do want to create those custom fields in Manage first, sync them back to Grow, and then use the forms to collect that information and link them to the custom fields in Grow. So that's the best practices as far as using custom fields. But if your forms are broken or not working the way that you expect, go ahead, click on Edit, and see if you can find whether or not those questions are connected to custom fields, because again, that's the only way that that data is going to make it from Grow into Manage once they hire you. I hope that's helpful for you guys. Let us know if you have any questions about that, and let us know what you find on your forms. Thanks so much. Have a great evening.